Hi, I'm Shana Dewart. I'm a business coach and strategist, and I'm so excited that you're here today where we're going to talk about how AI can help you up-level your business and save you a ton of time. I started my business over 10 years ago. I was working as an art director at a Fortune 100 company, and I decided to take the big plunge and work for myself because I wanted to pick my clients. I wanted to make more money. And most importantly, I wanted more time. We were getting ready to have a baby, and it was very important to me to be able to be at home. And so I took a big risk. And what I found is that entrepreneurship was definitely harder than I thought in very unexpected ways. And like many of you, I often found myself working a lot more than I wanted to and really spending a lot of time working on my business versus in my business. So I've been constantly trying to perfect systems, processes, try out a lot of different things so that I can have a lot more time and really create that beautiful work life balance while still making the money that I needed to make every month. So I love that you're here today because AI has been a massive game changer for me. I've had the opportunity to work and manage big teams. And then I have also, of course, in the process of trying to get that great work life balance while also growing a business, I've worked with multiple VAs. I've had contract workers. I've contracted myself with other people. I've really done it all. And today I have the initial business that I started out with. It's called Tape Studio. I work with women entrepreneurs and help them create brands and also marketing. And I oversee that company and work with a few of very trusted contractors, but I'm still in that business on a day to day basis. I also work as a high level coach and consultant. And in this business, I'm able to really have that deep connection working with clients one on one to help them create a signature marketing system. And that is their go to strategy for getting clients on repeat because that is what we all want and need. And we want it to not feel so hard. AI has been a huge game changer and has allowed me to do both of those things. So, really being present with my one on one clients while also overseeing this other business that means a lot to me. And that's why I'm glad that I get to share all of that here with you today. What I've learned about AI and how you can apply this to your business to also free up your time, level up your business while working less. Because I know that, like me, you want a job, you want work that fits around your life instead of your life having to fit around your job. There's so many things that I love to do. We live in East Tennessee. We love to spend as much time outdoors as we can. My husband and I take several trips. Of course, I love my girls' trips and really making sure I'm nurturing those relationships. I love to cook and bake. I'm always making something in the kitchen, and I spend an insane amount of time inside my garden. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how I use AI in my businesses. I'll show you how to create an AI team. So team members for 24/7 support. And I'll give you tools at the end of the training to make doing all of this and training those team members super easy. Because when you use AI correctly, it is like having a team of assistants at your fingertips. It saved me tons of hours so that I can focus on things I love instead of getting so bogged down in admin and content creation. Now, a lot of people are not using AI the right way. They are using AI in a way that is actually pushing people away, which is really bad when we're having so many issues with trust and buyers are really needing more from us to be able to say yes. They don't want to see robotic kind of posts that everyone is saying the same thing. That's not going to do it for them. My approach is how to use AI to work with you to make everything easier, to really shore up your processes, to help you write content that converts even better, and the way that I'm doing that is with ChatGPT. Now, the reason why I use this is because it has a long term training capability, unlike some of the other platforms where you will have to continually retrain your AI. GPT stands for Generative Pre Trained Transformer. Sounds like a lot of words, but the generative part just means that it can write content like text, code, images, etc. The pre-trained part, this is what's so important and different is that it has to be trained on a large data set before you interact with it, meaning that you can't just pop a question and expect really amazing results. And that's why we're covering this in the workshop, how to use AI correctly, how to train your AI so that you get the most out of it. The transformer part is really about the context of language, so how it actually speaks back to you. When we're talking about ChatGPT, the GPT part refers to a custom version that you can configure for a specific tone. You can tailor the behavior and personality to give it special tools like image generation or web browsing. So, this is how we're training our team members, which is exactly why I created these two AI products. One is Train Your AI Mindset Coach. The second one is Train Your AI Copywriter. And this is where I've taken all of my experience, all of the tools that I actually use for myself and with my one on one clients, and put it into the perfect way to train your team members. Because if you have worked a job where you've had really great training versus really crappy training, you totally get this because AI is the same way. If you sat down at a job and they didn't really tell you anything, you had all the hope in the world of doing an amazing job, but you didn't know how. You were so limited versus when you come in with someone who has systems and processes in place, they're like, here's everything you need to know about our company as a brand, what our values are, what our mission is. These are our systems and our processes, exactly how to do the thing we're asking you to do. You get a totally different outcome. It's a lot less stressful, but of course, you're going to have a different outcome for that job because they've really trained you and prepared you, and I'll tell you more about these two products as we get into that specific team member. But that's what these are to help you do is to create your training manual so you get the most out of AI. My favorite way to use AI is as a brainstorming partner. Brainstorming is such a big part of the creative process, and we're all creative people here. Creativity is how you solve problems. And something that is so lonely in entrepreneurship is that you don't always have like a business bestie or a coach or somebody to talk to. It can be hard. You can get stuck and not get the traction that you want because you're kind of spinning on an idea versus being able to have someone else where you can talk that idea out. I'm a verbal processor. This is very important for me. But those ideas that you have at 3 a.m., the like rough ideas where you just have this like burst of a thought, your AI can give you feedback that actually aligns with your business. It can help you research and validate those ideas and really be there for you in those moments where you get stuck and you just need a little bit of clarity, a little push in the right direction. Maybe you're trying to figure out what is the perfect title for something that you're creating. Maybe you need to outline whatever it is. AI can be so supportive for you in this way. And this is how I used AI to create this workshop and my AI products using this to brainstorm. So many people told me you need to do something with AI. You need to do a workshop or something because I talk about it all the time. But I wanted to do some market research and find out if this was really something where I should invest my time because, again, we're trying to take all the time we have and use it in the best way for the outcomes that we want. We don't have time to waste. So what I did was use the AI to do some market research. I wanted to know, are people really looking for AI? So it can look and see how many people are searching for things online that have AI, the keywords are that they're using, and to ask what products are already exist out there because I wanted to kind of see like what's my competition, so to speak, and where there might be an opportunity. How is my product going to fit in with what people are searching for, what's already out there? So I can make some smart decisions. So when it came time for product creation, I wanted to create an outline for this workshop and then generate some title options for the workshop and some sales copy. And this part was really easy to do after I had already created the whole product because then AI knew everything about it. Which brings us into creating your AI copywriter. This is going to be one of your most valuable team members. Having a copywriter was something of a luxury. It was something that I really missed after I quit working with a team at my last corporate job. Our copywriter there, his name was Russ, and he was amazing with words. And it helps me so much in my own process and helps me become a better writer. It definitely helps me read as a better writer. And the way that we work together is I would have ideas about something that we needed to write some copy about. We would talk through the ideas. This is what I want to say. This is what I want people to get out of it. This is the direction I want to lead them. And we would brainstorm ideas. I would write copy and give it to him, and then he would send it back to me, and we would go back and forth. But what I loved about it is that it would help me really stay on task about what it is you want your copy to do. So this is where conversion really comes in. I could have an outside opinion about if I was staying on task, if it was reading, how I can make it better. So it really made me a better writer. And that is why your AI copywriter kit is so valuable because it does what I do with my one-on-one clients first. We get really clear on what I call their brand foundations, who they are, what they do, who they do it for, why it matters, and so much more so that we are giving it everything it needs to know everything about you to like get you to understand your tone, understand your clients. So we can help you move through the process of writing content so much quicker. You're not staring at a blank page. You've got somebody to give you feedback, like constructive feedback that's really going to help you. And it saves you so much time from, again, not starting with a blank page, but also just overthinking every dang thing. It's a valuable team member that can save you a ton of time, helping you brainstorm ideas, clarify your thoughts, and give you something polished that sounds like you, but even better, just like a real copywriter. Clarifying your message, sharpening your message saves you time. And the most important thing here is to remember that it doesn't replace you, it supports you. If you're using your copywriter to replace you, then you're falling into that trap of writing copy that's not really connecting. It almost is the opposite of building trust with potential clients. But when you use your AI copywriter to brainstorm and refine your ideas, it speeds up your copy creation. You can also use your AI copywriter to help you repurpose content across channels. And I'm going to show you that in our next example. And all of it's going to sound like you. It's going to show up like you, sell like you with your voice and message. And really, the more you use it, the better it gets. And here is something that I think is very unexpected and not talked about when it comes to using AI to write copy. I've noticed in working with over 100 entrepreneurs that when we're talking about copy, they always tell me, I mean, I've heard this so often, you make it sound so easy. And they're like almost frustrated. You make it sound so easy because I just roll the copy off. And I tell them it's because I'm not emotionally attached to this. So when you're training your AI copywriter, part of what you're going to do is upload testimonials that are related to the products that you're selling. So all of your products, everything they need to know about your services and your testimonials. That's all part of what you're going to upload as data. So when you are working with your copywriter, they're going to use that. They're going to communicate that back to you. But they're never going to be like, oh, I don't want to sound too braggy. I don't want to be too boastful. That's going to turn people off. Like it doesn't worry about things like that. It's not worried about what your friend from high school that you haven't talked to or seen in 20 years is going to say about that. They don't care. And so, two interesting things happen. One, you actually build up more confidence in the things that you're selling, which helps you sell. And then, two, your copy is going to convert better because people need to borrow your confidence so that they feel good about paying for your services. They want to know and feel confident that they're going to get the transformation that you're promising them. And so, your content has to reflect that. Here's an example of how I often use ChatGPT to create content, but speed up the process. First, I'll think of a topic that I want to write about. And then I will brainstorm the topic with AI to come up with a really great title. That's a great starting place for me. And I will use my favorite tool, which is the little microphone, either on my phone or on my computer, and I will talk out everything that I want to say and ask AI to polish it. So AI is going to listen to everything I said, spit it back to me, but in a way that doesn't sound like a jumbled mess where I may go from one idea to the next one and then backtrack and then go on and on about something that maybe doesn't really help serve my point and purpose. going to polish all that out for me. So once I work with AI to get a draft that I'm happy with, so not just taking the first draft it gives me, but going back and forth, just like a real copywriter, I'll ask AI to do some more work for me, which is writing my meta description, which I'll need for my blog post so that it is attracting organic reach. I will ask it to do a page intro. So on my website, if you see the blog, it's got a little description underneath. I'll ask the AI to go ahead and write that for me. It's got to be like under 300 characters. It just makes it easy. I'll also ask it to write an email that teases the blog so that people can click a link and read the full post. I will ask it to write a couple of social media posts and most importantly, make sure that everything is SEO optimized because you need those keywords to make sure that people are actually finding the amazing content that you've written. Now, this sounds like a ton of work, but I can do this in under an hour. I can use the microphone on my phone and draft out an email or a blog post or social media posts on the way to pick my kids up from school. Now, you may be wondering, okay, well, how do I use AI to actually grow your business? Well, you may remember in the beginning of this workshop, I said that I help people create their signature marketing strategy. And that is because I don't believe there is a one size fits all strategy that people can use to grow their business. What works for you isn't going to work for me. Is it going to work for this friend or that friend? Because we are all very different. Our businesses are different. Our ideal clients are different. And the way that we like to show up or market our business is also very different. But what AI can do is be a really great strategist to help you optimize and expand a funnel or a strategy that you're already using. So you can train AI to be a strategist to give you feedback, surface ideas, and save you a ton of time analyzing data. And this is going to tell you what actions you need to take. So, brainstorming, refining ideas, calculating your data, giving you suggestions, and doing your market research are all things that you can expect from your AI strategist. And this is an example of how to use AI to optimize one of your funnels. If you and I are working together and we are in the process of developing your signature marketing system, one of the things we're going to do is look at what you already have in place and see what's working, what's not working, what's kind of working. And we want to optimize it, meaning that we want to make sure that we get the highest number of conversions possible for whatever outcome it is that you want. So for this example, let's say that you have a freebie of something that's hosted on your website and you're driving traffic to that page from Instagram, and then you're collecting emails, but you've noticed that your conversions feel low, meaning that maybe people are not coming to your page at all or maybe they're coming to your page where they can sign up, but they're not actually signing up. So we want to identify where we're losing people here. And we can turn this into a project that's perfect for your AI strategist by outlining the funnel. So we just want to tell ChatGPT what our funnel is, the outcome that we're looking for, how people find it, all of the details. And then we're going to share actual data, and this means providing metrics from your email software, Google Analytics, Instagram. You can also share the link that shows ChatGPT what your sales page looks like, because then it can look for information that's going to be helpful, like page views versus signups, email open rates, subscribe, unsubscribe rates. It can look at clicks from your Instagram story to your bio. And then it's going to analyze all this data and spit it back to you in a way that is going to help you assess where you can make some changes and help you ask really good questions. So you can start with a general question like, why do you think that people may not be converting? But then you can ask more specific questions to unravel this and give you actual actions to take to optimize your overall funnel. So AI can't create the perfect marketing strategy that feels so aligned and personalized for you. But if you already have a direction that you're taking, AI can help you optimize it, improve it, and expand on it. And if you don't have that direction yet, that's what I'm here for. And I have another special offer for you at the end. If you're like, okay, this is great, but I actually don't have a really good strategy yet. Your next AI team member is your operations assistant. This is the person who gets in there and does all the stuff that you probably don't want to spend your time doing, but really need. When it comes to creating systems and processes that save you time, if you can imagine it, AI can help you build it. And I know that all of you are very creative. So you are going to love this. And then I hope that these examples are going to help give you some ideas of how you could use this inside of your business now to help you create smarter systems and automations, to give you tech guidance, because when you're setting up these systems, you will need some tech help, and to continue to work with you to solve a problem. This is where AI really differs from just doing a Google search, because if you do a Google search, you are assessing one problem at a time and you are hoping that you're on the right track, kind of like going to a specialist versus your general practitioner who looks at all of the information to make a decision instead of just one problem, just trying to fix one part of the problem at the time. Your AI operations assistant can work through all of that with you step by step. It's going to save you time and a ton of mental energy. One way that I use automation in my business that saves me a lot of time, but also I think just creates a better overall experience is in client onboarding. My one on one clients are very important to me, and the experience that they have is important. But we work so closely with each other. I have a client portal for them so that we can exchange information because we communicate pretty much daily. And I have a lot of resources and things like that for them. So I automated this in my business by having whenever a client signs their contract, it automatically goes into ClickUp where I manage all of my projects and have my client portals and sets up the project for them, including all the links and everything that they need, and then it will fill it in, send them a welcome email that tells them how to get into their portal and what their next step is. This means that all of this stuff is happening that would usually take at least an hour or so of my time. And my customer feels so taken care of that I can be out on the paddleboard or at the pool with a book or whatever. Using your new assistant can help you figure out ways to really optimize your business, and the sky is the limit, and it can walk you through every step of the way, whether you are super technical and you could figure all this out on your own, or maybe you didn't even know that this was something that you could do. It can really help you in so many ways. Our next team member is your mindset coach. And this one is really important because I don't think that there's like a secret that people are gatekeeping that's keeping you from getting clients on repeat. But if there was one, it would be having a mindset coach, because you can have the most amazing strategy, you can have the most amazing service or product and be so good at your job. But if you are second guessing yourself, feeling like an imposter, you are not going to show up and take action. This was definitely my experience when I first started my business, because I remember just feeling like such an imposter, even though I'd had almost a decade of experience at this point. Of course, I had a degree too. I'd worked for international companies, anthropology, Fortune 100. On paper, I was very qualified to work with small businesses and help them with their marketing and their branding. But in my mind, I felt like, well, I haven't had a lot of one on one clients. So I didn't feel like I was enough. And then I realized how I was self sabotaging myself. And I thought, I am not going to let me be the one thing that's holding me back. So I read everything I could about mindset, how to create a growth mindset, about rewiring your brain, about overcoming limiting beliefs. I mean, I didn't know what a limiting belief was, but I definitely realized that I had them. And that has become such a big part of the work that I do with my clients now, because I've noticed that it's not just about getting started. It's about at every new level of business. So at every time you grow your business, you also have to grow your mindset. And having a mindset coach in your pocket is going to be your secret sauce to success. That 24/7 support is exactly what you need so that you'll show up and take action in your business instead of second guessing yourself, redoing your website again, and feeling stuck. Your personalized mindset coach is trained by you for you. And this is why it can talk you through fears in the moment, help you reframe whatever your limiting beliefs are, give you those quick pep talks when you need them, like right before you get on a sales call, guide you through daily mindset practices to actually continually build your confidence. So you want to always be cultivating confidence, which overall helps you stop self sabotaging in its tracks. The confidence that converts, build your AI mindset coach helps you rewire how you think about sales, visibility. It gives you a clear framework to use so that you can cultivate your confidence and overall builds the mindset you need to show up consistently because consistency is what creates clients. I've taken all of the things that I've learned, the actual practices that I use for myself, because I have to cultivate confidence too. And working with my clients, I fit all of that into this product so that you really have that support system that you need. And this one is really fun. I call this my personal assistant because we're trying to save time and free up our energy to focus on things we want to do. But let's face it, in your personal day to day life, there's all kinds of stuff that you don't want to do, but you can use your AI team member in the same way as a personal assistant. So while we're optimizing our business, we can actually optimize our daily tasks to save time to focus on things you want to do, even if that is just binge watching Netflix. For day-to-day tasks with our AI support team member, we can do research, we can have it recommend solutions, create really optimized systems, and it also will continue to work with you to solve a problem like when we're doing our tech stuff. There's a lot of fun ways that I use AI every day, so I'll just go through these to give you some ideas of how you could also apply this. My daughter has a birthday in December, and I like to have some fun activities. This year, we decided to do a scavenger hunt. And honestly, I could have mulled over this for like days. I feel like that's the downside of being creative is you can just spend a lot of time thinking about something. And instead of that, I told ChatGPT the theme of the party, different places that I could hide a clue in my house, and what I wanted the outcome of the scavenger hunt to be. And it just put everything together for me. It took like 5 minutes. I couldn't even believe I felt like a genius at the time. Another way is in creating trip itineraries. I have groups of friends that we try to go on a trip at least once a year, or weekend, something like that. And recently we went to Charleston. My friend was having her 50th birthday. And so I used ChatGPT by telling it where we were going, some different things I knew we wanted to do. I said we wanted a dinner reservation. We wanted to go to museums. We were going to have a couple of beach days. And so it gave me a bunch of options that really helped me plan that trip. I could have drugged this out for weeks. And then I would have been late. I would have gotten the reservations that I wanted, et cetera. Obviously, I have a tendency to do this. Another way is in building out and maintaining our family garden. I am not an experienced gardener, but I might be now. But I've used ChatGPT to help me figure this all out because I believe you can figure out how to do anything you want to do. So we started from scratch and I used chat to help me figure out the map of like how big the bed should be, my spacing, how much irrigation tubing I needed, like all these kind of things. But then also just being able to give it all the data that it needed once I figured that out, once I knew what I wanted to plant, about where we lived, so that it could create a schedule for me. So it gave me a schedule of what I need to do on a month to month basis, and then I just uploaded that into my regular digital calendar. That way, every month I know what I have to do, and I just don't have to go back and just constantly rethink it all the time because I need that brain space for other stuff. Another way that I use ChatGPT is as a health coach. So I'm not depending on ChatGPT to guide me through all of my health decisions, just like we're not using ChatGPT to write all of our content for us. But what I am doing is I am a lady in my 40s and perimenopause is me like a wrecking ball. I have a functional medicine doctor and I am on HRT. So I have regular blood tests that I have to do. And I've taken all of that information plus all of the other tests that I've had and uploaded it into my health coach so that it can analyze that data for me because I don't have enough brain space to do that. It's just made the process so amazing and so fast. Another one is meal planning. Meal planning is like bane of my adult existence. I love to cook, but I hate the meal planning. And Chat GPT has helped me really. make this process easier where it already knows, it's trained to know what foods we like, all of our different issues with food. My husband has Crohn's. I'm a vegetarian. My kids love meat. I mean, it's complicated. And ChatGPT just makes it a lot easier. So the bottom line is when you train it right, AI can help you up level your business and get your time back in so many ways. If you're ready to get started and jump right into your AI, then once you download ChatGPT and you open it up, you're going to see a screen like this. There are three main things you need to know. This looks overwhelming, but it's totally not. You could get started in 5 minutes. You'll want to look at this first circle, which is the chat. New chat looks like what is in the middle of your screen. It's a text box. You're familiar with it. You'll see how you have a microphone, which I said was my favorite little tool. And then you have a plus symbol. That's where you're going to be able to add in any data. So we talked about adding analytics. We talked about, I said I added test scores, things like that, like PDFs, anything you want to add, pictures, you can use the plus sign. Your new project is what you're going to choose to create either a project that you want to work on. So you'll see I have product AI webinar, product AI copywriter, or your team member. So I like to name mine team and then whatever that team member is. At the very bottom, you'll see chats. This is self naming anything that you have put in that chat box, but you can rename it to anything you want and move it inside of a project. For example, the first one is paddleboarding near Greenback. That's where we live. And I wanted to look and see how many different places that we could go paddleboarding that were within like an hour drive of the house. I can take that one and move it into my personal assistant, so that's kind of a quick and dirty way to organize all of your projects, your team members inside AI. That's really all you need to know to get started. And then the next step is to do the training. So you can let AI do all the heavy lifting. So you can just focus on work that really lights you up if you train it right, which is why I have these two offers for you. And you have to choose which one you think is the best fit. You can grab the AI copywriter and mindset coach kits together today for $38. They're usually $24 a piece. These are Google Docs that have all of your information in it. This gives you a working document where you can save it as a PDF, upload it, just like I showed you with the plus sign. Boom, you've trained your AI team member. Or if you need a little more help, we were talking about marketing. If you thought, I don't have a signature marketing system or I don't have a funnel that's set up to really utilize this feature, then this is for you. In this 1 hour power hour, I'm going to give you a questionnaire that you will have already filled out. Plus, you'll have the AI copywriter who has a lot of prompts and questions to really get clear on your business so that when we actually meet together over a Zoom call, we'll be on the same page and able to identify how to get you off the ground with one funnel or look at your funnel and optimize it. And then you continue to build off of that inside of your AI with your AI strategist. And the really great thing is you'll get both of these AI items for free. So when you sign up for the power hour, you'll automatically get both of your kits and the questionnaire that I mentioned. So you'll be good to go. I hope that you got so much out of this today because it's truly my passion and my privilege to help women create businesses that give them the freedom and flexibility that they want. And I know that this is going to help you so much. So thank you for sticking with me to the very end.